Hey guys, this is Tigers coming back to you with a new Minecraft episode 39. Also, guys, I did not know I was going to like intro, so I'm just kind of yeah, this works. Today we are going to try and finish the enchantment room. And by finish, I mean get the outer perimeters done. Oh, I forgot. I also forgot about that. Oh, why not? Basically, guys, a couple of days ago, I was I'll show you basically what now. I did the path, I've done a 2x2, and I've moved that over by 1. And to keep this thing light, I went and put some lava down. Like, this is all the cobblestone I've got. From it, I used, like, think, 2? I think this is the second, yeah, this is the second iron pickaxe. Because I know I need to make 2 more, which is what I'm going to do. I chucked some lava in here, I don't plan to keep said lava. But before I get into that, I'm going to fix this. Because I was literally just double checking to see what wood it was. I did not know there were gates there. I completely forgot there were gates there, which means I probably will end up linking. At the same point, I kind of like the long pathway, but so I need one more gate, and then 2 more fences. Right. Basically, a creeper explosion happened, and it's like, I'm leaving it there. I will sort it in episode just because I say more than once that creeper explosions happen. And I know there's someone out there that's probably like, yeah, do they really? Or are you saying it because, like, no, they really do, and they really are annoying. Just because of so I think I only needed 2, right? I'm pretty sure I did get a tiny bit more gunpowder in between episodes. But again, I'm not trying to go after a load right now. I want to get a enchanted looting diamond sword with fire respect and knockback on, like an enchanted diamond sword with. Forgot I'm gonna need dirt before I full on do, but I will pop and grab the lava now. The reason I did what I did was quite simple. Take away the lava, comes the world's most darkest place ever. So, but yeah, I literally just chucked some lava in randomly in there because it's like, this'll be fine. I think I might have accidentally walked into it once or twice and almost burned to death. Although weirdly, my chest plate is still holding on, and what I do need is 1, 2, 3, 4, because I do need sticks. Also, guys, if I want to say yes to stream, but it was like Saturdays. If anyone didn't see the Marvel Rivals stream on Saturday, then what I meant to tell you, you wouldn't know. But if you did, then what I meant to tell you, you will know. Basically, this week's streams are slightly different than normal. Basically, just because of when the new hero does get added into Overwatch, because it's Thursday, it makes a lot more sense for me just to do Marvel Rivals tomorrow, the Overwatch streams Thursday, and then episode 40 for New Adventures Saturday. So all that I'm basically doing is moving Marvel Rivals tomorrow, and then moving everything back by a day of when I typically stream. No, I still got the third time's a charm. Also, the reason there was like 3 zombies in there, I think there was like 4 or 5 zombies that randomly would just spotted me and the hole was there, so it's like, well, you can go for a swim, you can go for a swim, and you can definitely go for a swim. One of them was a baby zombie. Slowly starting to get rid of some of this dirt. I don't know whether I should be happy it's happening because of creeper explosions or not. So, because of the fact the new hero gets added into Overwatch on Thursday, and why I could very easily enough just do a case of an additional stream for, say, Sunday. How many more do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Why I could very easily just do an additional stream and not change anything for this week. By changing it means I don't need to, and it makes it slightly better. Because, yes, I know the chance of me actually being able to get to play the new hero in games is very unlikely. And I will have already done my 3 daily games before I do stream anyway. But in this case, it makes a lot more sense just to move everything back and then forward. Basically, just move everything back by a day. So there's still going to be the same amount of streams this week. It's just a case of when what's coming out. Also, guys, I also said in the stream from Marvel Rivals on Saturday that I'd potentially get to, I think, 7 or 8. Depending on whether I do any games after I'm done streaming. Because it'll probably only be almost 10 o'clock UK-wise. So, yeah, I will get to probably about 9. I'm still going to stick with the fact I probably will get to my 8. Because, guys, the reason I say probably it's not, I'm going to get to 8, because saying I'm going to get to 8 just means I'm going to stay when I got to 8. Say, by the fact I'm saying probably is, there's a very small chance I'll get to 8 and be like, yeah, I'm in the mood to do a couple more. Like, yesterday, I think I got the Black Widow skin. Yeah, I got the new Black Widow skin, and then I was like, yeah, you know what, it's either before or after, but I was like, you know what, I'll do a couple more games. Also, the reason why there was still about half a wall here, I wanted it on record the fact of I actually do. I also do need to go fishing again, which I'm not looking forward to. Also, just realising this fishing rod's not being used. And guys, a simple fact around that is, I'm pretty sure I just used my sword last time. I'm pretty sure I just went a little bit and just found like an area where there was a bunch of salmon and just went with my sword. Because I'm trying to stick to basically having salmon, it's kind of the only guaranteed way. Which means technically having a fishing rod is kind of pointless. But yeah, like, I just wanted it on record the fact of, I have, it's iron. See, in this texture, like, I don't know whether it is because of the fact of the 2 add-ons that make things look slightly different. Like, sort of brightness, shaders. But, like, that looks more like diamonds. Or at least how diamonds used to look like. But then you break it. Yeah, iron. Like, iron's the one thing where I kind of do ignore when mining. Just because it's like, I could mine the iron, or I could watch a bunch of videos and sit in the iron farm for like an hour and get a lot more than what I would if I went mining for an hour. Granted, if I went mining, I would then also potentially get things like diamond, gold, lapis. But the one problem with that is that's not necessarily guaranteed. There have also been creepers in here. Spiders. I'm pretty sure if there's a mob in this game, it's been in this room. See, the annoying thing is, an efficiency pickaxe would be so useful right about now. But I don't have access to an efficiency pickaxe. In all honesty, if I thought temporarily making somewhere, just so I could dig out this room, would be simpler, I would. But I know it's pointless. Also, something that I do need to start doing is at least coming on once every so often before in between streams. Just to essentially making sure there are I think I did do it the other day. I will basically get rid of this room and then go and do it. Also, guys, another reason why I did leave this, it wasn't completely intentional. It was just a case of it can be left. If I'd been back on the world since I was last on it, which I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Just because I know, because it's okay, I've got a spare 2 or 3 hours. Also, guys, if I do at any point start not seem like I'm not fully paying attention to the game, one, thankfully it's Minecraft. Two, is a TikTok creator who I watch most times. When I've got the chance, I do her streams. It's a UK TikToker called Scone. Who does a lot of things mainly does Beat Saber based content, and I didn't think I'd love watching Beat Saber content, more specifically VR content. Just because, guys, I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but I bought a VR last Christmas while it was on sale, because I knew at some point I'd want to get one, and I didn't want to pay the prices that the VR2 was. Now, my choice in for getting a VR2, and I say this will say it to anyone who asks me what VR they should get. I got a VR2 because it was one of my only options, I think. It was at least an option that I didn't have to look into. A mate of mine called Lord Ridian already had one, so I already knew a good bit about it, and I'd already seen some of the stuff, and it already looked amazing. Two, I don't have access to a PC that could run one. I do technically have access to a PC and a laptop, but both don't run great. One, I've had my PC since before college, and it was used a lot back for college stuff, but barely since. Two, since then, I've had things like my windows in my room redone, which my PC is. Now, I'm pretty sure I covered most of it, but I don't know whether any sawdust or anything, or any problems with it. And even then, it was a very much cheap, pre-built sort of thing. It was a cheap thing that I bought off eBay, so I am going to go and do the walls a different colour, and the floor. I don't know what colour yet. Part of me's kind of wanted to do something like bamboo, but part of me's it's going to look ugly. Now I need to get my hunger up, more specifically I need to get my health up. But I don't actually know yet. The only problem with doing bamboo is I don't think I have enough. So originally this chest was literally just meant... It's now been turned into a junk chest, but it's more meant for keeping things to a side that I'm going to need. I've ended up with 2 junk chests. Actually lapis was the one thing I don't really need, but I'm not exactly going to say no to. So, again, getting back to what I was saying. If at any point I do, it's because a TikToker who I watch called Scone has gone live. Basically, things apparently she's had stuff. I'm saying apparently, said she's been busy and the live will essentially be late. I very much do kind of doubt that she'll go live now. Granted, I do, but she typically goes live around half 3, and it's live until like about 5:30. So it's sort of in between those ranges, and she's sort of live for about an hour. She said it would be late, but I full on doubt it'll be tonight. But just in case, if I do at any point in this room, it's because and it's because I'm literally just listening to K-pop Demon Hunt songs and any other song of Beat Saber, because until I did come across the content, which was because of K-pop Demon Hunters, I know I need to stop mentioning it. It probably will never happen. I didn't realize I liked watching Beat Saber based content. Also, guys, look how nice the path has linked up. Because it has linked up really well. Like, obviously, the very easy thing to do would be to get rid of that and just stretch this out. But it's 2 on each. And again, if I had... Stupid creeper. Again, how the... Guys, I don't want to start killing the bees because I'd really rather not. But it's starting to get to a point where it's like, you stupid bees. But yeah, like, I've linked up the path very nicely. I love having the How to Train Your Dragon mod installed. Not the best mod for How to Train Your Dragons, I will say. Look. Danger Pit. Okay, so thankfully I do plan to change it. But I'm now essentially the... See, what message I'm hoping doesn't pop up is a message that popped up the other day. And... to... put it in sort of nicer terms compared to what I could just quite simply say. There it is. Basically, if any one of the dragons gets too injured, they sort of need to be called back in. And Bath and Belch got injured the other day, and it's like, you'll need to recall these back in. And it's like, wait a minute. Because I saw the message, like, hold on, wait, please don't tell me. Please, like, please don't tell me it's what I think it is. Thankfully, it's not. One handy sort of side to this, but one very annoying side, I was about to point out, did anyone remember when like all the dragons were armored and like there's one of them that's not? They all are. Every so often some of them just don't. Like, I get a decent kind of a nice little bit of bonus XP from this, but I would 100% rather the dragon stayed sitting. Thankfully, they're not, I think of the game. Yes, I can. Thankfully, not like Minecraft dogs. Or Minecraft pets in general. Where, if they're standing, they will teleport after you. Like, thankfully, it's not like that. But say, is it R? I'm thinking, no, it's like, hold on, wait, no, it's not R. It's Minecraft. See, I'm kind of thinking of doing like this style of wood for like the floor, because I want a nice sort of like museum sort of library sort of feel to the floor. And the only problem with it, I only have 36 bamboo planks left, which is actually still pretty decent, but not that much bamboo. Because basically, after I had finished my floors, all 3 of them, I no longer needed to have all the bamboo up, which meant I got rid of a good bit of it when I needed to. I didn't go deliberately at that point and go and like, chop this down, it's more. There was a bunch over where the doghouse is now. I got rid of any that were over there. Recently walking around with an accent, and if a random dragon sees it, it's like, attack. There's a bunch over here, like there's a bunch that I've got rid of over time. I really should grab some food. But yeah, like I say, there's a bunch I've got rid of, but there's also still a good half of it I haven't. Oh yeah, beetroot's kind of terrible. Yeah. It's something to eat now that's going to get my hunger back up. So, because I didn't need none of it, I didn't find other spaces to put it. I think the most recent I've planted any was when there was like a creeper explosion over there, and I replanted down what was in my, I basically just chucked down what was in my inventory. I've not gone out my way to plant more. Do I reckon all this bamboo around this general area now is going to be here forever? No. I can see myself at some point essentially, because at some point I probably will end up moving the berry farm. At some point I probably will just move it downstairs. At some point I will just be like, I don't need to be sentimental anymore with the sugarcane. I'm moving that. Plus, I would say if you can see from here, which you 100% can't, I'm kind of happy that my original plan to do all of this glass was abandoned. I did this glass, and I was going to do all of it. I'm happy I didn't. So a spot like that spot is literally right under the doghouse where blue stained glass is. No, sorry about that. But if you look at my sugarcane, you'll realise it's decently length, and there's like 6 rows of it. I'm not going to need sugarcane again for a while, because I barely use anything that involves sugar. Like, in all honesty, if you did not need paper to make firework rockets, sugarcane would all entirely be useless to me. And even then, granted, if you didn't need sugarcane to make paper, and it was just another random resource that you got from, say, string or something, or, say, something else entirely, I really wouldn't use it that often, because I barely make stuff with it in. I every so often make cake, but it's more of a case of I never have the ingredients on hand, and whenever I do need food, I'm more likely to go for a stack of cooked meat, a stack of bread, or more likely just to grab a couple stacks of wheat and make like a stack of bread. So, or to do things like grab the berries from there. I'm more likely just to sort of essentially, here's some easy food to grab. Plus, you've got to place a cake down, and if you don't have like a full like hunger bar, you're wasting a tiny bit. I don't make pumpkin pies that often, if ever. I've made them a few times, but like that's barely it. Like, I honestly do typically stick to bread, steak, pork chops, and the odd berry, carrots, and that's about it. And then golden apples if I'm battling something. Also, in this case, I 100% don't think I'm gonna, and I'm not going to, go and replant every single last one. Because in all fairness, it'd 100% be pointless. Because I'd then be like, yeah, I don't want to get rid of none of these ones. I can't just get rid of any of them because, quite frankly, the only reason I got rid of the ones I did is literally just down to the fact that I needed the space to build. It's like, there is still like a potential project I might end up using it for, but I very much doubt I would. I'm pretty sure I would just use the I've already used my house, but like I mentioned ages ago, I'm not 100% sure if I am ever going to do it now. It is one of those cases where it's like, do I want to? But I mentioned about putting like a giant sort of tower sort of thing on my house, and there's a chance in the future I might, and if I think of a good design, I might, and essentially just putting the parrots up there. I know I should use the path, I really do, but the path is made just to make things look nicer. But every single time, I'm going to always choose to go for the quicker route. No, I do have a badge. I am first just going to dig around the outside just so I know where like I'm digging because of the fact that the creeper explosion at the front. The reason I'm not instantly jumping to sort it, because I know for a fact I'll instantly be like, I want to use these for stairs. Also, notice to myself for still having a diamond pickaxe. I honestly thought that would have been destroyed by now. Like, technically speaking, I did lose a diamond pickaxe. But again, not my fault. Basically, I think it was after episode 20. I think. But, like, I want to say it was after. Basically, I'd installed the Dragon, like, add-on. Just because I was like, yeah, it looks cool and I want to be able to mess around with them. And at the time, New Adventures was going to be the case of, this mod looks cool, let's mess with it. Now, it's not. I might eventually do a series or have a world open where I test like as one-off videos, and if I do it, probably be a super flat, where I just test out the add-on, like some add-ons and all that lot, like ones I think are cool. But like, I very rarely do go through the shop and be like, yeah, that's cool, ooh, that's really cool. Like, I have to essentially be like, yeah, you know, I fancy browsing through the shop. I'm probably gonna need 2 more pickaxes. So, guys, I tell you what, I know for a fact that I'm instantly gonna, like, I'll get on tomorrow rivals, I'll start the stream tomorrow, and it'll be like, hey guys, welcome back to an Overwatch video, and it'll be like, hold on, wait a minute, wrong day. The only reason I'm doing, like, it's literally just a case of a one-off, it works better, it's easier for this week sort of thing. And there's not 100%, like, like, it used to be a case of where I would be like, New Adventures will, like, if I'd done this, like, say, a couple months ago, it would be like, New Adventures 100% every Saturday. Because I used to basically sit around and say, I know what plans are Friday, I'm out. Because typically I meet up with a group of mates on Fridays. One of them being Driver Scotty, another being someone called Blue Ninja. And if you've seen me stream on Twitch, then you would have heard Blue Ninja, and if you've been around for a while, then you'll know who Driver Scotty is. So, usually I'm with them playing something like D&D. Either D&D or board games, it's something. basically it was intentionally done just a case of a group of us from, because it was an old group from school, because Blue Ninja, when all of us went off to college, because me and him went to the same one. And by college, for any Americans out there, I do just mean essentially extended education. Because it's saying extended education kind of feels like the simplest way to give you a direct answer. But like here in the UK, we do actually have something called college and then something called university. They are two different things. I also need to sleep. So, but both me and Blue Ninja went into the same course in college. He just did the grade above me because I would have had to do essentially I would have had to do an extra year, which I wasn't fussed about. In the end, I turned out to be doing a year less than him because instead of doing a full 3 year, instead of doing a year and then instead of doing 3 years in total, but 1 year course and then a 2 year course, stuff came up and I basically only did the 1 year. Basically, between personal stuff and COVID-19, I really was not in the mood to be back in a room, and my mind was not set up or thinking about re-signing up for the next 2 years. Like, my first year of college, sorry about that, guys. My first year of college wasn't bad, but it was definitely something that near the end I was starting to struggle with due to the fact of, I think I've said it a few times, but like, guys, I do have ADHD. I typically don't talk about stuff like that because I'm a very personal person. Literally, ask any one of my mates and they'll be like, what is something that we know that's personal about him? I'll tell you now, they won't be able to say anything. Like, I can guarantee now, it'll be barely anything and it'll be minor stuff compared to, like, actual things. I think the most personal thing they probably know is the fact of that I have ADHD. Actually, no, there's a couple things. But, like I say, there's barely any. And even then, it's only like 3 people in total who could go into more of a detailed conversation about personal things to do with me. Not many of my mates could, or many people who I know. Like, I've known someone for almost 20 years. That person barely knows anything about me. Is it because we barely speak anymore? Kind of. Because, guys, I don't want to say the fact we're not friends anymore, or the fact of, because I honestly don't know, barely speak to the person, but it is more of a case of our friendship was always a case of, hey, hi, you okay? Yeah, fine, you, yeah. It was always just a case of, you still alive? Yeah, you? Yeah, I'm fine. It was always just that, instead of deeper conversations. Like, it was never, like, me and this person never had, like, full case of deep personal conversations, because, like, there are a few personal things that I do know, because they've told me, but that's about it. And the funny thing is, if I was to even mention that, like, the person saw this video, they'd 100% know what was on about them. Just because it wouldn't be hard for them to go, hold on, wait a minute, who is he almost known for that long? And guys, when I say I've known someone for almost 20 years, I'm 22. I've known this person since I was about 5. Do I still speak to it if I see this person? Yes. Do I purposely go out the way to avoid them because I know it, because they work in somewhere that I not necessarily frequent, but somewhere I end up going every so often? Kind of. But guys, it's like, in all honesty, Joe Scott will be able to say this because I have done the exact same trick on him. A while ago, I went to meet up with him at Blue Ninja for games night. Because back then, I would basically be like, yeah, they finish at like 4. I'll go meet them. I'll leave the house at like 3, go meet them. It wasn't that bad of a walk either, so it's like, yeah, sure. So one time, Driver Scotty did see me because he can drive now. He saw me honk the horn, and I knew it was him. He knows that I know it was him since. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly just put my hood up, pretend I don't know you, and just blast the music out. I think I told him like a month later that I was like, yeah, I knew exactly I knew it was you. Which is then he's like, so you were just being a dick, and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna deny it. I knew it was you, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this. Which, guys, it is kind of the reason why, unless one of them specifically says, can you come in, like, we're meeting all up outside this time, outside my work, I have a drive not even a ninja, I don't. Not anymore. All honesty, guys, if this wasn't a case of like the first time I'm seeing like this, if I didn't know for a fact I was the only person who'd ever been on here, I would have thought someone had cheated and put this here. But like I see like a load of like coal you see a load of it, like you see a good vein of them every so often. Never this much, I don't think. If I go over it, I'm close to going over a star. Like I was trying to say, I did not mean for this episode to be a mining episode. I meant it. Cover it up. No one knows nothing. But like guys, it seriously says when I've gone down a good tiny little bit. It won't because there'll be 2 at the end. Guys, bear in mind, a stack and just over a stack and a half. I am just going to mine this now, at least some of it. Again, what I probably will do in between episodes is just so I can get all this done in like a couple episodes, because I think I was potentially planning for like the next couple episodes just to sort of be, guys, we're going to go off, have fun, explore. But in the end, that ended up changing. See, one thing I'm happy about, compared to Java Edition, is we don't like... Granted, I know it'd be normal combat for any Java player. Was that just the sun? Like I was saying, what I potentially might do in between is finish the floor and do the stairs. And by finish the floor, what I do just mean is chop down bamboo in between episodes. Like, what I probably will do is at some point in the next couple of days, spend a couple of days just sort of chopping it down and waiting for it to grow. Because I remember it not taking too long, and in all honesty, it can't take longer than what my actual house did. But again, because I'm planning on taking out a lot of this wall, I don't see the point in covering back up everything. One, I'd much prefer the gunpowder. Two, I do not want a creeper exploding. Not on something that's going to take a little bit of time to get back. Like, guys, I can say now, successfully saying, every time I say that, I feels like I'm saying the wrong word. The reason it does is because another YouTuber I watch called Jack Sucks Alive, he went to say it once in a video and accidentally ended up saying, I can't remember what it was, but it was something along the lines of not much success. I can't remember exactly what he said, it's been a while. But yeah, in between episodes, I will basically just try and get a load of bamboo. I will try. Is there a chance I will 100% forget? Possibly. But like I say, I'm not gonna, like, I don't see the point in covering those when I plan to, you know, take them down anyway. So I'm only just essentially covering in the gaps. Okay, I was about to say, that's like a really short connected, like area. It's like, no, wait, no, it connects further. It is sad that I went from basically not bad, like... My torch! But yeah, like I was saying, I'm personally, since I've only ever played Bedrock, I'm happy that we don't have the like Java combat. But then again, for Java combat, like axes are great. I keep a sharpness on an axe anyway. I know I don't think it does any difference. But for a while, this wall is potentially gonna look. Nope. One day, this game will make me sleep inside my own house. See, and people wonder why I hate baby zombies. It's because they're fast little twats. Also, guys, what I do kind of find is funny. Saturday, I ended up spending, like, I think it was like 5-10 minutes at the end of stream in a custom, in like the practice range, just messing around with like Ultron and Blade, because I've still never played Blade in an actual game. Granted, I will at some point get the chance, and I have had a few chances, but like where I've been like the first to pick, and I will see if I get a chance like tomorrow when streaming it. I will try, but I'm then the thing I find funny is I'm doing then the exact same thing at Thursday, just because. Like, I full on know that I won't get the chance, more likely in an actual game, which means if I don't, I will then go into a custom game at the end. The only one that is kind of safe to unleash on the rest of them is Stormfly. Just because Stormfly doesn't have any additional damages, is the way I'm going to put it. Because Stormfly just shoots spikes. Meatloaf burns things from a lava blast. Okay, if I spread it off in a controlled area, that's not too bad. Bath and Belch explode stuff. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Never thought the day it would come that cobblestone's a pain. I also never thought I'd have a load of coal. Because, like, I've made it my own, like, not intentionally, but I've willingly gone out of my way to be like, I don't have it, I'm not relying on it. I'd rather have the even number. Plus, I will make like 4 more stick around. Because they make insets of 4, I'm presuming. It has literally just been a while since I've made a torch. Yeah, you get 4. So this is probably going to be a shorter episode because it's at the point it's like, okay, what to do now? No, okay, actually, never mind. I know exactly what to do now. I'm quickly going to show this off like potentially last time because I doubt me about down here again. So it is definitely looking nice. The way it's going to be is that half will be the enchantment room. That half will be storage for the enchantment books. I'm going to potentially do barrels and have them, I want to say organized by book, but I probably will just have a bunch of chests and have them sort of, I'm kind of want to say per gear, but I'm not 100% going to guarantee it, so I don't know. Excuse me, sir, what are you? You're a novice. Welcome to the family. I also did have wheat, but I'm pretty sure I did use it. Or I chucked it back in. What happened to my shears? No, guys, if this was on a realm or a world, I'd be like I'd saying that online players could join. I'd be like, okay, it makes sense. But it's not. Also, there's some more sheep, green color wise. Because I don't care whether you, what happens, as long as you eat. Well, wait. I want to presume my shares probably did break. It is getting to a point where it's like, am I going to have to build this pen bigger? Like, the reason why there is nothing built directly at the back of the pens is in case I need to extend them. Now, there are like 3 pens I don't want to extend. I say 3. Potentially only 1 because it's like the rest don't look that bad. Actually, I'm saying 3 out of everything that is. Like, if I had to extend like 3 different like places where animals are living, I'd rather not. First of all, the chickens. Huh. I just love the fact my point. A Glad Deadly Night is literally looking as if it is like deadly and hungry. But first of all would be the chickens. It'd be a nightmare and I'd hate every last minute of it. I would do it if I had to, but like, bear in mind, just to extend it by, say, 3-4 rows, you're talking another 30 hoppers. The pigs wouldn't be too bad. At some point I do want to put a cow pen in there, but again, the pigs wouldn't be too bad. Because they've got nothing blocking them, so they wouldn't, it's just grass, so it'd just be extending. The cows also wouldn't be that bad. The sheep also wouldn't be that bad. The horses, on the other hand, wouldn't be bad for the reasons you'd probably think. It'd be a case of, do I extend it out that way? Do I bring it out this way? At some point, I probably will just bring it out like this way, and just have a decent sized pen over here. The foxes, I will potentially end up just moving them to a different place. I could potentially just extend that out to like there, have it like grass open here. And then the number one place I would not want to extend, and I would willingly said it more than once, the dragon pen. That thing is not getting extended. If for some reason more dragons get added to this add-on and I decide to tame them, they can live outside. I will build them a separate place. I will build them a den on top of a den. And by that I literally do mean I'll take this design, build it up. Not gonna question it, not gonna question it, not gonna question it, not gonna question it. Okay, that did take me as long as I thought it would. Like, almost any pen, apart from, like, the dragons and the chickens, would be the only two I wouldn't want to. Like, the horses would be a case of left, right, up, down. And I probably will. But the only reason I've not done something with the horses is dragons. I got them very quickly, and I did say from the beginning, the dragon pen won't be getting built for a while. It's not a priority, and I've got horses that I rode one first. Well, those words couldn't have been more incorrect. Grab that tiny little bit of XP. All of it helps. Out we go. This time must not be damaged too much. Yeah, I thought so. But again, all this is starting to come back, so what I probably will just end up doing once a day, just cutting it all down, leaving it in my inventory. But in all fairness, guys, it's the stuff that I'm currently doing in projects don't require me to essentially come on, spend hours trying to sort something out. Because building a dragon's house, that was from all resources I can easily enough get, which I will get in video. I think from now on, if I can do something in video, I probably will. Even if it does just seem like the most boringest thing in the world. Like the horse's pen, I will probably just make them extend it out. That pen did. Like, extend it out to here, extend it out to here, extend it out to here. The foxes, I probably will do something similar. Like, this hay probably will get moved, and their pen will probably just get extended, and there might just be something like a nice little borrow area underground that they can go. That's just like a nice cold sort of den area. Three, two, one, interruption. Never mind. And all honest, guys, I don't remember putting those gates there. You can just follow me behind. But I might try to build the tent in the next episode because it would be nice. Are you kidding me? Well, I can't wait for that to be turned into a case of just look next time, Tigress. I swear, if anyone does just mention the fact that I'm hoping it was a case of everyone was blind and not just me. See, guys, it's not even the first time it's happened. Like, I've more than once placed something down, completely forgot where it is. Like, annoyingly, a really good example, but not great, great-wise, is a mobile phone that I had that I didn't use for too long because I ended up throwing my old, so I just carried on using my old at the time. I put that somewhere. I have no idea where that is. Don't remember getting black ball. That's one thing I don't remember. I will also probably try. See, getting the walls not going to be too bad because, again, most of them are already grown. Again, I 100% thought this would have been under an hour, but yeah, I was wrong. I did plant around those trees in a few areas. Probably. Okay, so yeah. Not going to go and do it now. I'll do it in between. But there's literally salmon, so yeah, that's the reason I literally use it, kind of why my fishing rod's never been used. Because you no longer need to use fishing rods to get some fish. Some you do, some you don't. Cod, I think it is a better chance to do it via fishing, but salmon, if you've got a river that they spawn in, just use the river. And before I end, guys, just for the final last time, if you are new around here, please like and subscribe, and Marvel Rivals will be tomorrow instead of Saturday. Overwatch will be Thursday instead of tomorrow. And New Adventures episode 40 will be Saturday instead of Thursday. All of this just because the Overwatch's new hero releases. I thought it would have been actually released over the weekend, so instead what I would have gonna do was, at the time I wasn't thinking of just swapping them over, I was just thinking of doing double Overwatch. What I would have just done is just swap Rivals and Overwatch for this week. But yeah, and also guys, I'm sorry there was no video last week, there won't be none this week. I'm going to try and get at least 1 or 2 videos up each month. Sometimes I have the additional, couple of hours to film. And then an additional several other hours to then edit. And then upload. Which is why they almost always get set to a premiere time for a Friday. But guys, anytime I do upload a video, anyone will starts commenting and wants me to start starts asking questions and all that lot, because I do every so often just go and check the comments. Just know they won't be checked. Right. Because Friday videos are literally just a case of easy additional content when I do them. But very quickly they've turned into a case of, do I have time to do it? Do I have time? Because it's the reason why granted, I prefer video format because I used to prefer essentially doing videos to streaming. But now that I found a way to essentially stream in shorter extension spans, because an hour to an hour and a half isn't too bad, means I get the same length. Well, I get the full thing done in one, you lot get longer content, and more frequent. But, I'm going to start taking my helmet off again. But either way, guys, this is Dave Sandhoff. Hope you've enjoyed. They are starting to regrow back, so I probably will tomorrow now, or not doing it tonight, go through and basically go and get a bunch of them so I can make them into the wood, so I can then get that sorted for next episode. I'll do a bunch of chat in between episodes and a few other things in between episodes. But until then, guys, this is Tiger signing off. Hope you enjoyed. If you are new around here again, like and subscribe. You can always change your mind later date. But anyway, this is Tiger signing off. Bye.